Hi guys, Brain here. A little bit of a different video today. Obviously, I'm in the deep darkness here. I just got done streaming the PTB, the player test beta. I literally hopped right into this, and I just the PTB, I guess, wasn't bad per se. Like it wasn't like terrible. We're not talking like an NFT situation like we had with Pinhead, where like there was like actual legitimate reasons for like backlash and like trying to like really call out behavior and all that wonderful stuff. But this mid chapter is probably the most underwhelming and like misdiagnosed chapter changes that I have ever seen in the history of the time that I've played this game. I think what this chapter showed to me, is that for one reason or another, behavior just like literally has absolutely no freaking clue like what's going on with any of their perks or any of their changes. Like they literally just like change things for like no reason. And if they changed things like every 2 weeks, that would make sense. Like if they just made a random change, they're just like, well, you know, now this perk has 2% more value, like, and everybody went, that's not the real problem, and they just changed it back in 2 weeks, that'd be fine, because we don't have to sit there and deal with it for forever. But the game only makes changes every 3 months, right? Like the cycles of this game is month and a half, 3 months, month and a half, 3 months, month and a half, 3 months, right? Every month and a half there's either a mid-chapter update or a full release that would include like a new character, right? That is like DBD's release schedule, and that's when they slide all their big patches in and all their stuff. Having to wait that long for a change that's just entirely misguided and makes no sense and doesn't solve anything, and then it might just stay in the game anyway, they may not even revert it in the next like patch to change things, is just, it's just bonkers. I just don't I'm like speaking from the chest here, obviously, because like we just rolled right into this, but like I just don't get it. I don't understand what they're doing. It's like they have this entire roster of like Fog Whisperers, right? And especially Otts. Like Otts Darva does all, like, busts his ass to try and take as much data as he can in this game, try to make not only a good community, but also the game aspect as well, of trying to discover what perks are underused. How do we fix these perks? He literally puts out 8 to 16 hour videos talking about how these perks need changes for them to actually be viable. And this matters a lot because the meta in this game has been stale for so long, that like everybody's like rejoicing at like pain resonance, Scourge Hook pain resonance. Everybody's using it. Why? Because we've been stuck using the same perks for forever. We've been stuck using the same perks for forever. Name another perk that became killer meta since Undying and Blight. Not even last year, like a year and a half ago. Because it's 2022 now. A year and a half ago, Undying came out. When was the last time a killer perk actually became meta? Or actually got used? Like consistently by multiple killers? When? So that means every other perk in the game is just sitting there. Sometimes used in niche builds for fun things. But for the most part, people aren't using most of the perks in this game. That goes on the Survivor side too. Most people aren't using most of the perks in this game. Did you know that Dead Hard has a 28% increase in use over the second most used perk? It has a 28% more use than the second most used perk in the game. That's how much more it's used. The meta of Survivor has been incredibly stale for an incredibly long time because 90% of the perks are just garbage. Absolute garbage. Terrible. Garbage. Unusable. So most of them you have to use 2 or 3 perks in conjunction to get any of them to work. So it really like grinds my gears when they take a perk like Distortion, which, if you don't know what Distortion does, it hides your aura. You only have 4 stacks in the PTB, and for every time the killer would read your aura with like Barbecue and Chili, Nurse's Calling, any order reading perk, the token gets consumed instead and you're not seen by the killer. The problem is that goes away pretty quickly, especially if they have like Nurse's Calling or like an add-on that lets them see you. Like those tokens go away like super quick. So essentially like the perk is useless, not because it's useless, but just because it runs out super quickly, like super early in the game, and it's just a dead perk slot. So nobody runs it because it's not good. So obviously the smart choice here, the smart way to fix this is add a way to regain stacks, like with Stabiffle. Like you lose stacks by hitting the obsession, but you can go hit other survivors and get your stacks back. Distortion is to be the same way. I should be able to work on a gen for a little bit, pop a totem, anything that like progresses, like anything that would like deactivate DS. Anytime you do any of that, you might get a stack back. That way it's a continual perk that you get throughout the game. And that doesn't even make it meta. That just makes it good. Like an A tier perk that's nice. You don't need it, but it's cool, right? But they didn't. They took it from 3 stacks to 4 stacks. That's it. That's all they did to it. That in no way fixes it in any way, shape, or freaking form. It does not fix it literally at all. Literally at all. Clown got a bunch of nerfs to his add-ons. Pinky Finger needed it. Pinky Finger needed it. Everything else, one of his Brown add-ons got nerfed by 10% speed. Why? Who's out here playing Clown and wreaking havoc with a Brown add-on? What is going on? Twins had like 5 of their add-ons nerfed. Who's out here playing Twins, wrecking people's lives? Who's doing it? Twins already got a massive nerf that makes them borderline unplayable and makes them miserable to play. But now we're gonna nerf their add-ons on top of it? Like, what causes these decisions? Like, it could not be more clear to me that they don't play their game, which is fine. They're making the game, but then you need to listen to your fog whispers who are telling you nonstop, hey, this is how we fix these things. These are the problems with these perks, and that's why they're not being used. That's it. You already have a system in place for you not being able to play the game, so you don't know what's going on. You have a group of people who keep their pulse on the game, and make sure that, you know, they can report back to you and tell you these things, but you don't listen to them. You don't at all. And it's just like, it was really sad. I think this is hitting really hard for a lot of people because for two main reasons. First reason is that the last mid chapter was actually really good and took in a lot of player feedback, including guys like Otts who worked really hard on this game, collecting that data and trying to think tank out good ways to improve the game. And then this one, it's like, yeah, we touched like a total of 6 perks and we nerfed a bunch of add-ons, and that didn't really need it. So yeah, like it literally on the surface looks like the most lazy job I've ever seen, like the most lazy mid chapter I have ever played. It is lazy. It really is, and just completely tone deaf, not understanding what the game is about. And it's just like, I think the second reason why it hits so badly is because Otts Darva was clearly very sad on stream today. very clearly sad on stream today, and the crestfallen, because he also was just like, what the hell are these changes? It's not like I literally, put all this work and effort into, trying to figure out ways to adjust perks so they're actually fair and usable without making them OP. It's not like I literally make 8 to 16 hour videos trying to explain all these things and put like countless hours of my life dedicated to these situations. It's not like I do that. And it was just like really hard to see that, because Otts cares more about this game and more about this community than any of us combined. He really does. And to see him feel not good because, I don't know, I guess they just walked in and said, hey guys, mid chapter's up, what changes do we have? And they went, oh yeah, we got to do that. And they just like picked random shit and just changed things randomly and just said, there you go, that's it. And it's this isn't like like I said, compared to like the NFT situation, not a big deal. It's literally not that big of a deal. It's really not. It's not that huge of a deal. but it's just like, it just shows very clearly that, like, I guess that they're stringing us along, right? Like they did the big mid-chapter patch before, and, you know, it's like that was really, really good. So that set the standard of like, hey, we're listening to the community. We are making good changes based off of community feedback. We're listening to the people who play this game all the time and their suggested changes. And they just said, we got you. We did it once, and you thought we were going to keep doing that? Egg on your face. Yeah, get skamazed. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. And I know somebody mentioned this in my Twitch chat. They were like, well, they said when the last time that they said when they put up that mid-chapter change that they're not going to do that. Okay, so if they did, why? I use this example on stream too. So, like, I used to be a teacher, right? What if I handed out an assignment? Kid hands me an A+ paper. Like I read it, I'm like, that's college level. That's good. What if he looked me in the eye and said, yeah, you're never getting another one of those again for the rest of the year. I'm just getting D's on my assignments for the rest of the year. How would that ever be okay? How would that ever be okay? How would that ever be okay? That, of course it would. Of course it would. Of course that would never fly. That would never, ever fly. Like, ever. Literally ever. I don't know. I wouldn't say anything if I didn't care. You guys know I like this game a lot. 85% of the time I play this game, I'm having a good time. I'm not like you guys who are like, man, screw behavior, screw Dead by Daylight, I hate this game. I'm not like that. I actually do enjoy this game most of the time I play it. But I think that's why I'm upset. Because they have this great, awesome thing. They really do. They have this great, awesome thing. I'm sorry that's still... I just noticed that's over there. I'm using my main screen, my main stream screen, instead of, like, my other one, because I literally just recorded the moment I went off stream. But yeah, anyways. I just think that, like, they have such this great, awesome thing. And I see competition on the horizon in VHS. Not so much in Prop Night, but they got the Evil Dead game coming. They have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming. All the VHS has already shown that they make quick changes based on community feedback. People said the hotel map was broken in VHS, and they changed it before the closed beta was even done. I don't want Dead by Daylight to die. This whole, like, I'm gonna be lazy, I'm gonna half-ass this shit, this whole behavior, this behavior that they display with the game, I don't want that to kill them. I really don't. I don't want that to take them down. Because at a certain point when, like, VHS is live, VHS is free, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is out, which, you know, is a very big IP franchise with a brand new movie coming out this year. You can't keep messing up. People will eventually start just going to other games. They will. They will just start going to other games. If you keep just fucking around and going, oh, I'm invincible. Every game dies sometime. Every game dies sometime. Don't make it sooner than it has to be. Yeah. I think that's it for that one. Bye, everybody. I appreciate you. I don't know. I'm not going to do the formal exit and ask you to like and sub and stuff, because it's just a raw rant. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching if you've gotten this far. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye-bye.